My name is Mary Wilson, and my trail name is Shades, and I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail with my guide dog Thor, and his trail name is Blaze. And I've always really loved hiking. I grew up fully sighted, so my vision was 20/20. I could drive a car, all that good stuff. And then in my early 30s, I started to have some medical issues that led to vision loss and became legally blind. So I traded in those car keys for a guide dog, and that was one of the best decisions I ever made in my entire life. And my guide dogs have come from a school called Guide Dogs for the Blind, and they've been very supportive about my passion for hiking. So with their support, I was able to really get back into hiking with my previous guide dog, Frank. And I knew I'd wanted to do the Appalachian Trail for years. So I knew that when I had a successor dog that we could start the trail when the dog was young and at their physical peak. That's what I wanted to do. So here I am.
And she's absolutely killing it.
I'm flip-flopping and I'm moving slow, but slowly but surely. You know, the trail is awesome, but there are a lot of rocks, and that is our biggest challenge on the trail after unleashed dogs. And so the thing about the rocks is you can look at all of the guides, all of the maps in the world, and none of them are going to tell you if the section ahead has a lot of rocks or not. And one thing that's challenging for us is when we plan our mileage, it's not possible to know if when we get to the top of that ridge, if it's going to be a rock field waiting for us.
Yeah.
And with my guide dog, he guides on my left side, so I hold his handle on the left and I use a trekking pole on the right. But if it's very rocky, I put down the handle and I use 2 trekking poles, and I clip his leash to me, and he'll go forward and keep me on the path. But when that's the case, I'm responsible for any obstacles I encounter. And so overhanging tree branches are something I'll walk into when he's not actively guiding me, or you know, just roots and stuff like that. And so with the trekking pole, that's going to keep me upright most of the time, but you know, it's not foolproof. So the rocks are a challenge, and then, you know, even things like water sources, you might know where the water source is, but finding the exact spot to get the water for me often means I end up with wet shoes.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. And water crossings are hard because if you've got vision, you might look and see, oh, there's some rocks I can go across. And sometimes I'll find a rock that I can step on, but usually I'm just going straight through the water. And then it can be challenging to pick up the trail on the other side. But, you know, we're doing it, and every day it gets better and better. I've also got asthma and steroid-induced diabetes, so I have to carry more weight than other hikers, and that's been a big challenge so far.
How heavy do you think your pack actually is? Like with all the dog food and like, because Thor, I'll show him in a minute, but with the harness on him, he can't wear a saddlebag like most dogs that hike. So you have to, along with all your asthma stuff and everything else, you have to carry all your dog stuff too. And that's Thor. Them two are such a great team. And that dog right there, like, when we did Dragon Tooth the other day, they just absolutely killed it.
Yeah, like I know today, I'm sure I'm at least 40 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because we've got, I always carry extra dog food in case, you know, I map everything out, but it could take a day longer than anticipated. So I always carry extra food for him. It's one thing for me to stretch my food, but I want to make sure he's getting his fair share of calories every day.
Yeah, and tell everybody just how you are with that dog every night.
Yeah, so I mean,
like, this girl takes care of her dog better than anybody else I've ever seen.
Yeah, so Thor, we you know, we have our routine, and every time we take a water break, I check his paw pads because I want to make sure those are fine and that he's not having any discomfort. And then at nighttime, we do grooming. So he gets when we're at a hostel, he gets brushing and all of that. When we're not, he gets wiped down with a dog wipe. and then we do toothbrush brushing every night. 'Cause, that's really important. And we do the Mature Secret on his paw pads, and then we do the ear cleaning once a week.
Yeah, she takes really good care of that dog.
Yeah, he, you know, I know sometimes people worry about dogs on the trail, but he's my #1 priority, and I put him first with every decision, and if he needs a 0, we take a 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I just want people to know that if you acquire a disability, your life is not over. I acquired one. I never planned on becoming blind, but it happened. And you learn to do things a different way, but you can still do what you did before, and you can still follow your passion. You just have to adapt and learn a different way to do it. And if you are someone with a disability, I want you to know that the outdoors is for you too. It doesn't need to be the Appalachian Trail. It might be your local city park or a state park, but the outdoors is truly for everybody. So don't ever feel like it's not a space for you as well.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I try to portray on all my socials. Speaking of socials, how can people follow you on your journeys?
So my trail name's Shades, like the sunglasses. So on Facebook, you can find us on Shades Blind Hiker. And on Instagram, we're Shades Blind Hiker, all one word. So if you want to learn more or follow our adventure, feel free to check us out.
Yeah, and I'll link both of them in the video description below. All right, thank you.
Thank you.